Hey folks, it's your boy Strat and welcome back to DUMMYNATION. So last time we did the first impressions, went through the game, but there has been 2 updates since then, and there's a few quality of life features that have been implemented after speaking with the developer. So thank you, Alejandro. We will be able to jump into single player, and as you can see, I was able to complete in world domination with Few Nation, and I'm now second in the leaderboard, which I guess is not that extraordinary when you realize there's only a couple of people that play this game up to now. And I've done world domination with People's Republic of China as well as United States of America, so we can take another country. Let's go through the list. So I did try a couple of runs with some of the weaker nations. It's a lot of fun, but you don't do much. You certainly don't really invade anyone because you have kind of weaker armies. Some countries don't even have armies at all, so that's impressive. You look here in the military ranking, they're all at zeros. They don't have any armies, which means they usually get invaded within the first few months of the game, and if you play one of them, you will just be wiped out really quick, unless you build up an army. But even then, there's no way to compete with the millions of military power that the top leader have. So if we want to do something that makes sense, we can jump in and try with Brazil. Let's confirm our choice. Now let's see. All right, so one new feature was added that was probably, I think, the first thing I said when I start playing the game is spacebar now pauses the game. So that's a very good quality of life upgrade, and we now have WASD to move. It's kind of weird a little bit because if you drop, like right now I'm pressing D, I'm pressing A, I'm pressing D, but if I press S, there's like a small stutter before it starts going, and if I drop one of the keys, there's maybe a little bit lack of fluidity in the movement, but that's all right. At least we have the feature, and there's also now keybinds for budget, ranking, recruitment, research and development. We have a couple of hotkeys rather than having to go and click directly on top. And if we press escape, it closes everything. And I think, yeah, if we press G, it opens up the economy screen, which shows the relative wealth of each little pixel region. And if we press X, it goes back to diplomacy. So I think it's like the 2 main screen I was using whenever I tried to do a run, so that's very good. Having to go through the menu and click it every time was a bit annoying, so just having to press X or J, definitely a great upgrade. All right, so let's jump into the annual budget first. We only have 1.84 million gold, and now it's like a little bit awkward how it's said, but I think I got a good understanding on how the economy works now after playing a couple of games. So this, I'll call them the gold bars. These are your GDP. So every year, that's how much you will make. And then you have an exchange rate. We're now at 72.7%, which gives us 1.34 million cash. This exchange rate is affected both by your technology but also with your general relationship with the rest of the world. So if everybody hates you, you will have a way worse exchange rate than that, but if everybody loves you, it will be higher. And when you go into economic researches, you can reduce the dependence on foreign relationships, or you can also increase your exchange rate but increase your dependence on foreign stuff, and you can increase directly your GDP ratio. So there's a lot of stuff we will be able to take a look into the research development after, but right now let's see. So on social spending, we're 24.6%. Let's drop that a bit. We don't I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken, but as far as I can tell, You don't really need to grow your population in the game to be able to win. It's mostly having a strong military, and then whenever you're out of easy to conquer people, you move into strong economy. We'll definitely need to increase our budget that goes toward research, so we can do more research and increase our economy and our military that way. Military spending is fixed on the number of units we have, so once we get into the recruitment, we'll get more details on that. And the liquidity fund is just transforming some of that cash that comes from the gold bars into money bags that is used to for certain techs and to recruit new troops to your armies. And finally, we have the total expenditure, which represent 35.1% of our GDP or something along these lines. And the total makes it that like the less we spend, the higher it goes, but that is a natural growth to our GDP. So we're about at 3.73% growth per year. So we'll do that, we'll leave it like that. For the research, we would need to wait because we don't have anything yet. We only have 37 beakers, and like to start researching we need at least 2,500 and ideally like 50,000 to complete one of the research. The research are nicely done. You have military, economic, and social research. And whenever you start investing point one of the field, you will have new technologies that open. And the last technology that requires 100k points, they give you special effect. For example, on the military side, you get a nuclear weapon that will allow you to drop a bomb. Now, I have a feeling it only affects like the enemy economy wherever you drop the bomb and not the troops. And in the economic stimulus on the economy research will just increase your economy on a certain area, and here you can have urban planning that will increase population, which, as I said, I don't know exactly what it does. Maybe it limits the maximum amount of troops you can have. Yes, it will make sense that you cannot have more than 100% of your people in the army, but what do I know, huh? All right, first thing we'll do, we will recruit some gunners, 76k gunners, and we will get 250 tanks lined up. And now we need to target a little bit somebody to invade. So whenever you look at the relationship, like right now I'm clicking Brazil, I see like everybody's greenish. That means we're on good term. We're between 50 and 100% of the relationship. And when it's yellow, it's under 50 all the way to red at 0. And when your ward becomes really, really red. But let's take a look at Venezuela here. You can see they have Cuba. That is like teal color. That means they have an alliance with them. They also have an alliance with Bolivia, and they also have an alliance with the People's Republic of China, which could be a problem, because if we start attacking Venezuela, there's a relative possibility that China will decide to intervene into the war, which is probably not a good thing for us. If we look at more potential targets, everything that's in Africa is like perfect targets to the start. So that's why it appears every country decide to invade Africa. Look right here at Guinea. They have no troops and they have no alliance. So if we attack them, like people who like them will care a bit that we do invade them, but generally speaking, it will not be a problem to invade these nations, because we only affect our relationship with their friends, and anybody who dislike them doesn't really care if we invade them. And they have no troops at all. Let's take a look at the economic screen right here. South Africa, do you have any alliance? And we got some pretty good economic zone over here in Eastern. That could be good early investment to attack. Right here we got United Arab Emirates. You got a couple of alliances though, so that's problematic. Oh, think that's Qatar. Qatar doesn't appear to have any ally at all. And if we will send an attack order and they have no troops, they have about 175,000 in GDP. And if we conquer it, we only have 1.84 thousand. So we'll be at about 2 million once the conquering is done. I think that's what we will go with for now. We send the attack order. We'll boost up time a bit, like a lot, and we hope we can make it there before any other imperialistic power has a chance to conquer them. Well, right now we're crossing Africa with our big army. Hey, what happened? Oh, Bangladesh. Bangladesh took over Qatar. Okay, well, I guess it's not a problem to attack Bangladesh. They don't appear to have any ally, and we'll be able to go and attack them in their own provinces after. Right, so let's start that. All right, that has been conquered. They also have some zone over here near Eritrea. Take all of that. Much of a problem up to now. I've been extremely aggressive though. I'm surprised that they decide to go and attack halfway across the world. And wow, look at that. They're just taking over everything. Okay. So we'll conquer Bangladesh. Right here, they probably have very good economy. Yes, that's a very good economy region. I gotta be careful because sometimes the army, I feel like they just vanish when they get wiped out. Because whenever you conquer territory, it generates troops. And these militias will attack you like this. This is a... Well, that's an actual army with 12 tanks, so I don't think that will be an issue for us. But they sometimes generate like natural troops. And they have 22,000 gunners and 15 tanks in that army, so that should also not be a problem for us. I think in general, we should be able to take over their land here. Wow, Bangladesh was really ambitious. They just invaded everything. But the United States is taking up the entire African possession of... that sucks, but it's okay. Right, let's see what's our current... We're not 2.5 million, so yes, there's a lot of wealth in that region. And if you look in the thumbnail, well, the tooltips on the top right under time, like every single pixely area has different setting, and you know, it's like 1,000 GDP points. It's a very rich region with a lot of population, so that's a good conquest. Let's build up some more rocket artillery for home base defense. And now we gotta be careful, because if we get wiped out of our armies, it's pretty much over. Will be erased by China or Russia or France or anybody who has a military ready to launch an attack. All right, we're at 12 point in the R&D. One technology I really love is going down self-sufficiency. But if you want to get 80% self-sufficiency, it costs you 30k points. But if you come here, there's like a little bit of moving around you can do. You can go and invest like 10k to get a 30% off. Then it costs you only 23k. So you spend 10k on economic research increasement, and you save 7k on this tech, and you save, I don't know, another 5k here, another 5k there. So it's like instant payback if you get the first tech to reduce the cost. Alright, so it's a pretty harsh battle here that's going on. A little bit of a Bengalese army. Is that Bengalese? No, that will be from Bengal, not Bangladesh. Bangladeshian army. 64 tanks, 3,000 infantry, 80 tanks. They have a pretty solid resistance force, but I don't think it will be enough. And they got some 8 more tanks right there. But like them, they only have 2,000 soldiers left. That's another interesting thing. Whenever you select a country, you see their military forces, and it shows everything. You know, that there's no secret. China has 1.6 million gunner, like normal infantry. I think it's commandos a name. 500,000 gunners, 15,000 tanks, etc. So it can give you a good idea if you can defeat an enemy force. Now we're taking some solid casualties here, trying to take over Bangladesh. They have a lot of resistance, but it's okay. Once we take over that land, it will be ours to exploit. I have a feeling they don't have much resistance left now. We got another 5,000, almost 5,000 tech points to spend. Now, I think I'll start towards self-sufficiency. Because every little bit of self-sufficiency we develop, massive upgrade to quality of our economy. That North Korea and Turkey are invading over here. I think that was Paraguay. The economy here maybe shift a little bit more. R&D spending with 2.5% GDP yearly increase. That's pretty decent. Maybe increase our liquidity a bit. It has an impact on total GDP, but we will need the money to be spending to develop more soldiers. Down another 65,000 commandos. Our main army here will be traveling a bit around to conquer some leftover Bengalese territory. I guess we can speed it up a bit. Let's take a look at the world classment. United States at 50% progress already. That's not good. That's another thing you need to worry, because as soon as a country controls 50% of the GDP, so their progress reaches 100, they win the game and you can't do anything anymore. Got to be very careful and balance that out. Right. We took over these little island here. I don't know how they're named. These little island southwest of India. A little bit of Madagascar is under Bengalese. I don't know why I keep saying Bengalese. Bangladeshian possession, and little parts of Africa. Free for the taking. Alright. I don't think we'll be the Chinese army to take over the land here. Yeah. Very rapid. There's really... I don't think I have time to reach that. Okay, just retreat back home. And through back home, and we'll look for further possible targets. Argentina has a decent military, and they're allied with Bolivia that also has a decent military. Gotta be careful here. And you see all these little African countries, they have already been taken over. There's Mauritania, that is a potential target. Only Egypt and Tunisia are their allies, and Tunisia is a couple of allies. Egypt is a couple of allies. And now the way it works with like alliances, when you attack, if I attack Mauritania, I'll go into war with Tunisia and Egypt also, but I will not go to war with their allies. But then if I order my armies to invade Tunisia, even though I'm already at war with them, I'll trigger a war with Libya in addition, and anybody else that's allied, like Jordan. Right here, if I attack Libya, I'll also get United Arab Emirates in the war. So you gotta be careful, not trying to not get too many armies involved against us, because that's one easy way to lose when you are not a massive superpower. We still have a pretty decently sized army. I'm thinking Mauritania really looks like a juicy, tempting target. They only got a few thousand units. Yeah, let's get that going. Let's attack Mauritania. Where their army is, I think that's their entire army. They were also at war with Somalia now. I guess they were allied with Mauritania. They did send their army to be killed, which I don't think it's a good strategy choice from Somalia, because they will just be invaded by another nation afterwards. But it's okay. We're doing fairly fine against resistance. It's already much easier than Bengal. Bengal is at a way bigger army, defend territories, but right here we're just, you know, steamrolling over them. All right, we got another 10,000 point here. Let's put another 8k into self-sufficient economy to reduce our dependence on foreign relationship. So now it's a little bit hard to see because I should have shown you this screen before. But our exchange rate will be slightly better when reduce foreign reliance on the economy. Because right now, if we look at Brazil at the start of the game, everybody was greenish and we had like 79% exchange rate. We're now down at 63.4. But our GDP is still going up, so that's all that matters. Look at the world ranking, United States 52%. That's getting slightly dangerous. There's absolutely no way I can fight against the American army. I'll just get wiped out. So that is problematic. Kind of problematic. And all right, so I just finished taking over Mauritania. And if you look, I'm at war with a couple of other countries. But not more than that, you know. I don't attack them, I don't engage in more wars. And like for some reasons, even though I'm at war with Tunisia and Somalia and United Arab Emirates, they don't tend to be very aggressive. If you're not attacking them, like earlier we saw Somalia moved in to defend their Mauritanian friends, but after that they left. I'm not too worried about just leaving undefended territories. I think it's better to have like very concentrated armies. Now, order them to retreat, and we'll wait. Now another 7k that we can come and drop to increase our foreign or self-sufficiency. Smart taxation is definitely a plus that we can go and get. Digital economy, I just don't like it. It increases our exchange rate by a lot, but it also increases our dependency on foreign relationships. And as you can see already, just looking at the map, we don't have very good foreign relationships right now, and it will not get better, I can tell you that. It'll just get worse and worse, and we're now at 79.3% exchange rate. So if they're a little bit more or sovereignty for our economy, we got better stats. About 5% of the world GDP. But 3 million, huh? And it's very hard to crack. If you're not one of the top starting power, I'm pretty sure that there's probably some strategies. Oh, Yemen has declared war on the United States of America. I'm not sure that was a wise move on your part, Yemen. Yeah, unless you're starting like as China, United States, Russia, India, in little bit of a stretch, but like say France, Germany, United Kingdom, it's very, very, very hard to be able to win at this game. It just favors the strongest countries too much. Could attack Bolivia, but they have massive armies. Colombia having bigger armies. They all have very big armies around here. United States is at war with Russia. That could be very good for us. Wow, they pissed off everybody, huh? Wow. Only have left a couple of friends in Europe. They pissed off China and okay, for whatever reason they conquer Mongolia and Kazakhstan's portion of them. But yeah, that's set up for them. It could be very good though if they get into embroiled in a war with China. I would not be the one complaining right now because of my standings in the world right now. There's no magic trick. All right, let's go and ditch a fast move on. I don't know if I'll have time to reach. Ooh, Somalia is pushing back Turkey. Look at that. There seems to be a huge war going on here. I don't know who's China with or against. Didn't seem to be going so well for Japan there. Got another 10,000 search point. Let's pop that in smart taxation. That will increase, I believe, directly the percent rate. Increases by 25% or something like that. I should maybe, you know, think a little bit more before I just pay and increase my tax. All right, so we now engage in couple more wars, and we are at war with Japan. Oh, nobody likes Japan though. We definitely have some potential for invasion. Let's attack Japanese holdings in Africa. Now, attacking directly Japan would be very complex. But it's something we have to do. If we look at the economy of scale, they're very, very strong economy wise. They're probably like 15% of the world almost. They got 9,000 GDP. So taking over that will be hugely beneficial. We have very similar sized army. We got 22 million, so you got 24 million power. Yeah. It will be a very harsh war, and if we lose everything, we will be steamrolled minutes. You gotta be careful of that. I sure hope there's people that will engage in a war with the United States. Hopefully China and the United States get into a war. That will be hugely beneficial for us. Look, I could maybe pump up a little bit of that spending. Ooh, there's a massive Japanese army here. Will I be? Yeah. Oh, I just wiped him out. That was a stack wipe. Okay. No, I think they just like kind of retreated fast. I don't know. They just kind of disappear. It's very weird how the armies interact in this game, because sometimes I will have an army still having tens of thousands of troops just disappear, right? It's almost I can hear the X-File music playing when that happens. Just gone, like they've even been there. Taking over some more of that little colonial land. And look at that border gore though. It's so disgusting. Algeria is still independent. Tunisia's gone. Libya is gone. Egypt's still there. Saudi Arabia, Yemen. The farther we go in with time, the less and less independent nation exists. And Russia just took over everything in South America. Sometime I gotta keep an eye out, because sometime Russia just their army melts away. So that is not a problem for me. That's actually will be pretty good. I just lost like a massive amount of troops. I don't know why. I went down to 22 million. Increase liquidity funds. We will. That will affect a lot of GDP growth, but I think the money will be more beneficial right now if we plan on larger country. And somehow I'm pretty sure population affects the GDP. I'm just not sure how exactly the relationships work. Let's go Brazil. Keep an eye on my troops at the same time so I don't lose all of them while waiting for my new armies. Okay, so Spain seems to be at war with Japan too. Okay. Japan, do you... Oh, you have no troops. I mean, there's one thing we gotta do. We have to do it. It will be very hard, so we better off getting a little bit of research boost here. With 5k, we got 21% rebate. Just get some combat training so we increase the power of our troops, because we will have a lot of enemies to fight there. I can take over Japan. That will be incredible. I fear like my army will be wiped out. I'll be extremely careful, and I'll pull back if there's any sign of weakness in my troops. Lined up some new recruits. Walking through China. Taiwan still exists? Oh, Taiwan. Right, you see they're getting some partisans. I know there's a couple of texts that can increase partisanship. There's that, I think it's social blind nationalism. I increase the chance of forming militia groups by 30% and slows down the capture of your country. There's also, I think there's I can't find it now, but I'm pretty sure there's also a tech that allow you. That's weird, because techs, I don't know if the tech change, or maybe I'm just blind, but I'm pretty sure there was a technology to increase the power, and that's actually such a nice tech. Should have been the first one. Gosh, increases the amount of research when you produce by 35%. I think that will be the next one. I just need 30 grand invested in did I use troops, or it's just South Korean army is so big and made my characters shrink? I think it's the later. Yeah, so there's no resistance in Japan. Got a little bit of resistance now. Wiped it out. That's very good. If we take over the entirety of Japan, we will be in golden position. We're already at 7 million GDP. Wow. We got some militia that show up to counteract their own militia. So we got Japanese, Brazilian militia fighting for Brazil in the conquest of Japan. Incredible, huh? Very good. I'm kind of scared to say that we should have no issue conquering the entirety of the island, but at the same time I have some reticence because I've played a couple of games where everything seemed to be going so well, but then you get an unexpected wave right back and destruction. Right, good. everything. 12,000 points to come and invest down this little social research story. I will get our 30k down. What do we have? We already have 30% rebate. The order texts aren't so great. This one, blind nationalism, is very good though. If we can focus our effort into getting 5 more K down in social research and get the order 15k needed into blind nationalism, I think it will be the best course of action to take. I'm mopping up whatever's left of Japan. Drop liquidity a bit. Just thinking what I would want to do now. What position am I at? 16%. We're now 3rd in the world. We're ahead of Russia. We're behind China and the United States that definitely need to get to war against each other. Good. The only way we will deal with them in any efficient manner. I probably will not mop up the entirety of Japanese holdings across the world. Russia, you don't have any army left. What are you? You have any friends? You definitely don't have any friends. You're even at war with the United States. Okay. Okay, I know my next target. I'm gonna start attacking Russia. Who's once cleared up the little islands here. Definitely attack Taiwan. Russian Taiwanese holdings will be now Brazilian holdings. What is that army? 1,000 tanks? Really? It's that strong? A fucking 1,000 tank just wiped out like 200,000 troops. See, I get mind fucked at this game on how it works. I just don't get it. All right, we'll keep yeah. We'll build more tanks. Russia invading me, no problem, man. Another 5k down into social research. Get some blind nationalism to hinder Russians' advances a little bit. Our 10k in that. Got 1,000 tank right there. Attack the Russian holdings in South America. Not too worried to be at war with Russia actually, because 5,000 tanks now. Here, group up. What is that army? They got 5,000 tanks. Wow. Okay, retreat. They split in half. Can I defeat them? Oh, I think it worked. I lost like 700 tanks, but I think it worked. Get way more tanks, and I have some absolute liquidity issues now. Pump up our liquidity. Well, China's invading me too. Okay. I think now that will be an absolute problem. Let's retreat so they merge together. We got 1,000 tank and 54 missile launcher, which is not... can I get any more tech right now? But we'll soon be able to. Heck. Got 1,000 tank. Ow. Ow. Okay. Okay. Tanks are so strong, it makes no sense. And we'll stack up cash a bit. They're getting weakened a bit by our troops. Get some new armies up. Yeah, you have 600 tank. I should be able to defeat your funny little army, right? Seems like it did the trick. Go back attacking Russia. Do you have any army? Still got thousands. No troops, okay. Got wiped out. Oh, I lost all of Japan to China, of course. So how strong is China right now? 58% of the world's GDP. Okay. Very precarious conditions for us now. That's the problem. Once you're starting to get oh, China's invading Russia. Okay. Can get a few more tax in. Get that extra rate really research. Speed up the process of doing new researches. Probably, you know, dip some more money into military researches. Especially tanks seem to be very strong. Wait. Aerodynamics. I'm at 5% world GDP. They really did take over the entire world, eh? What? Back home. Well, recruit more tanks. Very expensive tanks, but what we need if we want to win the war. China, what's your army? Oh, 2 million troops, 5,000 tanks. Russia still no troops. United States of America has no army. Got wiped out, buddy? What happened? I mean, that's most definitely very interesting to know. Does that mean I can just attack you? No. Probably not a good idea. Well, probably is. I mean, no magic trick I can do anything right now. They only have 30 tanks. Hopefully I don't get attacked too much, and now they have no troops. Taking over their land. GDP is rising real quick. Need more tanks. Seems like tanks are the winning formula in this game. Okay, don't waste your time attacking Cuba. Just go and get the big economic areas, please. China's also invading. You go get Chicago, surrounding areas. Here, yes sir. Get New York. That New England region. High population density, high economy, get Detroit. Home of Michigan. Get as much as possible from the Chinese hands. Don't worry about farm fields, please. I gotta be careful because I'm also at war with China, so let's say I'm at 23%. Oh no, China! China is at 99.9% completed. Why do they have so many troops here? Wow. I'm gonna pop up real quick 5,000 thanks. Chinese. How strong is 500,000 men? Can 1,000 tanks take on 500,000 men, or that would be madness? I don't think I can. Oh, I got my army wiped out there. Oh no, defeat! China took over the world. Damn it. We got in second position with 23% of the world conquest, which is mostly attributable to our early developments, well, very late developments in America. So let's jump into another game real quick. Do something a bit smaller. How about Sweden? Can Sweden conquer the world? I think I know my answer, but we'll see. We'll reduce spending, get a little bit of research, get a little bit of funding for that. Recruitment wise, do I need some tanks? Yes, I need some. That up. Breaking news. Serbia declared war on Kosovo. That's not breaking news. That's old recycled news. Right, so we need to move swift against Ukraine because Russia already destroyed their army. We have no troops, so it's like free land. And we love free land. Is that India? Read back home. A lot of allies, so I think it's somewhat unlikely I get attacked early on. Get 140 mobile artillery. Let's get more Mendo units. Very good. A very tiny army. They're Mali. Can I invade Mali? I think I can, huh? Yeah, I definitely can invade Mali. Okay, we'll rush that. Try and get as much as free land as possible. Oh, wow. That was a quick conquest. Everybody has strong armies, huh? Algeria, you got strong army. Morocco, you got strong. Boy. Very small, weak nation has been taken over already. Angola, you only have 200 tanks. Gonna attack you for sure, man. They have like no research, I mean no economy points to worry about taking. Yeah, so everybody just moves in and tries to steal land with us. Yeah, retreat back home. Best bet will be Russia to get crushed and China to get crushed. So I can take over their land. That could be very complicated. Economy wise, miracle here. A very strong army, Brazil. All my neighbors, they are all allied together, so there's no way I can invade someone within the European continent. That would imply that spend money and stuff on that. All right, so we said let's get 15k down here, develop that, get another 15k in nationalism, then we will invest in innovative spirits. I'm sorry, what? United States just took over Finland. Hi. Yeah. They're taking over Norway? What is even happening? Not war with me? Am I being invaded by who? By Japan? Do I even have anything left? I don't think I got any land left. Pete, your country has collapsed after resisting for 6,000 days. Damn it. Really hard when you're playing a small nation. Alright, let's try and grab something big and make it work this time around. So we're going with Russia. Just spending. What happened if I go wild in spending? Oh, I'm losing GDP. Keep 2% up on the GDP. Let's do a quick strike on Ukraine. Recruit more tanks, because apparently tanks are extremely powerful in this game. I mean, 1,000 tanks can wipe out 500,000 men. I sure can't. Speed up time. Good. Should not be an issue. That Ukrainian army, no. Completely out. You have allies? No, you don't have any alliance. I think really best strategy is to invade Japan after. Japan, Korea. I don't have any allies. And then China. That sounds like a crazy plan, but I think it could be a good idea. Just take over the land, please. Recruit another few thousand riflemen. Because I need to increase my GDP and my population. Taking over Japan. I mean, Japan has 5 million GDP. 7% of the world are in 3rd position right now. And we're in 10th. Taking over their nation sounds like the winning plan. Once I take over Ukraine, I recruit more troops, more commandos, more wild artillery. Right, retreat everybody. Think I don't have any left to recruit. Get a couple more tanks, 3 days for my tanks. Okay. Russia, go to right here. Just gonna go and spy a bit. What do you have? That's 7 million troops. I don't know, that's like attack power, defense, artillery score. I seem to be in a war right now. Who are you fighting? Who are you fighting? Got way more points than them though. I only have one army. That dropping on them right now. Start taking over the land. Destroy Japanese army as they come. Take over the territory. Very good. Didn't get in a war in the meantime. Let's not forget to increase. Oh, we didn't do any research. That's true. Yet or 5k a year. Doesn't really have any impact on what we're doing right now, but we're at 100,000 units left. Getting squished out. Oh, China, what are you doing? Get the fuck out, China. Get out, man. It's my Japanese island. It's my manga. Hentai. North Korea declared war. Oh, fuck off, North Korea, man. Stop stealing my land, bro. You suck, man. Why am I allied with North Korea anyway? Go, go. Take over. Take over. Come on. Take over. Let China take all the land, please. Taking all the juicy land, man. Can't believe. Hey, very nice. So China, what do you have? 32 million? Got more. Oh, you got way more tank. No. I got 24,000 tanks. Get more artillery. I mean, I can also take up my attack technologies. Would be a good idea considering my current plans. So Japan has been wiped out. We're not 12%. Yeah. Korea probably is target to way more point in China though. In terms of total units, I'm under them, but units quality, I got way more than they do. Means I can try something wild and crazy. Called attacking Japan. Everybody just like Japan right now. I mean, not Japan, but China. Large forces here. Started a war against Mongolia. Just chilling my little army right there. Gonna do, huh, Japan? What? Not Japan. Why I keep saying Japan? What are you gonna do, China? All these riches here. Everything for the taking. I don't know if there's any impact at taking the capital. I sure will try. Bit dangerous because they have a lot of troops. Still up, still fight. Drop in some military techs. So increase in power. My GDP, my ranking is shooting up. Don't you have any army to defend with? Oh, you don't have it currently. I don't know if I wiped it out or got wiped out in another war. Oh, sure, we'll take over your country, man. Now, stop wasting your time on tiny little poorish land there. Start wasting it on rich, resourceful, filled with people land. France is invading my land. Why? Where? Are you invading me? Where are you invading me? Right here? Anyway. Back here, please. Got almost no troops. Gotta be careful though to not lose my own troops. Liquidity crisis is real in this world. Let's up 40% of spending go into liquidity. Gonna come attack here. I especially want the coastline because, you know, all of that is like the richest region. Also all of that here, very rich region. France is invading me. I wish there was a way to click like on the top and see exactly where we're being invaded. Doesn't make much sense at first glance. Definitely bleeding down China. More troops to defend our hometown of Moscow. I think that's exactly where Nanking is. I'm waiting. Little war. China has no troops. All right. Up the process. I have a feeling I will not be the only person tries to take over Chinese land. That will be a decent. But at the same time, I gotta keep up the economic overview. Make sure we're not wasting time taking dead land. Although taking dead land goes very fast. What I've noticed, whenever you take Greenland, it's very slow, tedious process. Taking for the wasteland in the middle of China would take minutes. Well, US just dropped in. Come here and take over that. Which is the most populous region. At 31% ranking. United States progressing too. Gotta be careful, you know, when I speed time like that. The cost of maintenance of my troops. Back right here. Ah, fuck off, you. Get some planes up. %8 for the US. Okay. Take on a war with the Americans. With that. Why do you not attack the land right next to us, please? Attack the US. But how much troops do you have? You have no army, man. What? Are they wasting their time attacking China if they have no army? Typically hinder their own progress toward GDP dominance. I haven't been attacked by anyone on my own turf. Got Bangladesh. Progress 70% for the Americans. Uh-oh. A real quick attack on the Americans right here. That should... Yes. That should be a very hard hit for them. Like the Bulgarians tried to defend the Americans, but it didn't quite affecting, I think. Economy map, very good. We're not 50%. I believe we'll soon pass the Americans. Pop up some more quality of troops. How the research. Economic research too. Taxation. Foreign dependency. Rebuttal. Possible. Yeah. Thank you. Stay. That's 61%. America is at 39%. Stay lost. Still want to wage war on us. Take over the Florida first. All these little islands to conquer. Much land, so little time. Not very popular, yeah. The crust is quite populous. 72% ranking. Attacking that, please. Right, Russian troops are clearing up the rest there. Germany decided to attack America too. Okay. Sure thing, buddy. Not 40% though, so starting to scare me a bit. Oh, you took over France, okay. And you have no armies, are you? Stand for me, baby. Oh my god, how many small nations do you have? Attacking me now. My troop be able to do anything? Oh yeah. Be a major problem, but I'm at war with the entire world now. Like, I guess it just kills population and GDP. Very good. Welfare state, shirting, buddy. Self-reliance. Funding, apply. Spending and research a bit. I'll have a couple of armies left. Almost want to retreat. Oop. Jet retreat. More planes. 2,000 planes. Start attacking that nation. That would be Poland in that. We're 81%, Germany's 34%, United States 10%. German land, okay. Oh, I want you to attack Paris, please. Population is all located at. Attack Belgium. Yes, sir. Looks North Korea. Okay. Attack the Netherlands. Attack London here. Got 90% of the world conquest done. Time of most prestigious land that's still stuck in the round. Should have a complete world conquest as Russia. $99.7 100%. So we got domination with after 25,000 days. Wow, a little while, huh? GDP half a billion. Growth wasn't so great. 3 billion people under control. 171 million military. So I think that was a good strategy to get Japan, then strike China, and strike the US, and then we stroke Germany because they were in second position at that point, and it gave us a total domination, and we're now number 1 in the ranking, buddies. All right, folks, hopefully you've enjoyed this video of domination. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and maybe, you know, drop a comment of what you'd like to see added into the game. Maybe we can check things out with Alejandro, what he thinks. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Thanks, and see you next time.